guests and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors. AMP2.TV presents Tell Us Your Business, where you're invited on the air to tell us what makes your business stand out in the community. It's important we hear from you to tell us all we need to know about what you do best. Tell Us Your Business uses the latest radio and television production systems, and all shows can be seen on AMP2.TV. If you have a question for our guest, call 888-565-1470. Now, let's get ready as our guest hits the airwaves and informs us about what we need to know on Tell Us Your Business.
This is not easy to do with one hand.
I'm very impressed. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome to Tell Us Your Biz. We're going sort of old school again. 3 boxes, 3 virtuals. How you doing, Freddie?
I'm doing good. Yes, we are going old schools so that we can bring, we were supposed to have 2 guests tonight on here. I was looking forward to doing a 4-box.
Bring everybody in safely. Welcome to Tell Us Your Biz, everyone. We are going after hours with the Brooklyn Cafe Show live on WWNN 95.3 FM, 96.9 FM, 1470 AM, and you don't want to miss all of this information, so be sure to give us a call live on the radio, 888-565-1470. We got Freddie running the board. We've got our good friend Ebony Diaz, who's got the voice of an angel, joining us.
Hi, everybody. It's so good to be here on the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Thank you.
Ebony, it's funny. This morning, for the morning show, we played your music.
You did?
Yes. And everybody was saying, who is that? I said, it's Ebony. We played it on Friday. And they go, no. It goes to show you, nobody pays attention to me. Beautiful song.
I didn't realize, Ebony, what you do. I thought you sang, and that was what you did for a living. And Freddie says, we're interviewing Ebony tonight. And I said, about her singing. He says, no, about Eye Attack. And I went, about what? What?
I know. Well, I still sing professionally. And I happen to join forces with Eye Attack, which stands for the International Association of Treatment and Addiction Counselors. I'm the Community Outreach Coordinator, and we provide services to clients with mental health and or substance use disorder. So we have IOP, PHP, PSR, and I'm really excited because we're on the Plantation Hospital campus as well.
And the Plantation... Very well.
I got to bring up, because we met her, she watched us do Tell Us Your Biz with some other guests. And she contacted, I think you contacted the radio station and they gave you our number. And I was impressed because I said to Dawn, somebody actually was watching us, and she wanted to come on and talk about her business, which was really good. The singing part of all this was just an add-on, which is spectacular. We're going to be doing some more important stuff in the future, but I have not asked a single question, nor Doris, and Dawn didn't know that it was you who we interviewing on this particular segment, which was hilarious.
It's funny, it's such a small world. I was driving my car when I heard this segment, and I was like, wow, that sounds like something that I want to find out more about. And I reached out because I like to network with people, and I'm so excited about being a part of, the show, and just so many projects that I'm looking forward to doing. And it's so important with everything going on in our society right now for our community to know that there's places that you can still get mental health treatment and or substance use disorder treatment. A lot of people, are really not sure where to go to get help anymore. And, sometimes if you're not insured, you're like, okay, maybe I can't get services, but there are still services available to you, whether you have insurance or not.
Well, let's talk about the services that Eye Attack offers, the International Treatment and Addiction Counselors. Is it inpatient, outpatient, or both?
We provide outpatient, intensive outpatient program, which is from 10 to 2, Monday through Friday. We also provide a lunch. So we get to do group individual therapy. And that's important because you have some high functioning clients that don't need to come to group therapy 5 days a week. Okay. And then you have, the more mid to low functioning clients that need to come every day. They live in a group home. We also have a community housing called Safe Haven. So we do house some of our men and women, and they get to fellowship there, and we provide transportation for them to come and go. And we're like a little family, to be honest with you. That's what I like about being a part of this organization, is that we're a family. We're not just your typical treatment facility where we don't get to know you. We provide services even throughout the weekend. We're available if our patients need us. We don't just shut the doors. We're not just, we're only available Monday through Friday. No, we're available for our clients, especially when you're in recovery. You need to know that you have a support system in place. So we are in network with most insurance carriers, and we provide men and women like programs that we design to get our clients to a healthy and natural lifestyle without the use of drugs and or alcohol. And there's different paths to sobriety. Everyone knows that, but we have scientifically proven principles and structures that we help our clients find their paths to recovery and stay on it by structuring real life situations. So we teach not just self-care, we teach life skills, we teach basic things. Like today, I did a group and we talked about the truth. What is my truth? Who am I? What truth am I living in? And discovering our authentic self. Because we lose that. Sometimes we lose who we are. So in recovery, we say we uncover, discover, and recover. So that's what we do. And then today we did an assignment where I asked them to say 3 things they liked about each other, and then 3 things they liked about themselves. And there's a whole different impact. Oh, yes. It was wonderful. It's wonderful to have someone compliment you and see all these qualities in you that you may not see you have in yourself. A lot of times people don't get compliments, They're not
and I think the hardest thing is about, you can probably say a ton of nice things about other people, but it's saying the nice things about yourself. And I'll say to people, would you say that to your best friend, what you just said about yourself? And they all say, no, I would never say that to anyone. Then why is it okay to treat yourself badly?
Right. And that's important, that we have that self-talk, that self-image. And we talk about things like HALT, which means hungry, angry, lonely, tired, which is basic needs. Sometimes we get so caught up in the speed of life that we forget to stop and really ask myself, where am I now? What am I feeling now? Am I grieving? We talked about the grieving process. When your life changes or you decide to come into recovery, you give up your best friend, whatever that was, and there's a grieving process. There's 5 stages to it. So we talked about that, It's important for the communication because it's open dialogue. We might do like a meditation. Like today I did a 3-minute meditation on guided affirmation. So we do every morning we have a just for today. We read a just for today. So today was telling the truth, knowing your truth. And then we read about it, we journal about it. The other day we did something, we wrote a poem. It was about life's ups and downs, So we wrote a poem about that.
Isn't that the truth?
It's important that you meet somebody that you could relate to with recovery. Right. Florida is devastated by what's going on in the drug world in Florida. And recovery really works when somebody says, something, I'm going to get some help. And then you have to meet that special somebody. And this lady, we've met her one time, and she blows up the scene because you feel comfortable talking to her. And I would think, I don't know, I haven't been through recovery. I know people that have. You want to be able to have a sense of trust, which is what she brings, which is an outstanding job about what you bring to the table. And it's really great.
Well, I want to ask you, when people say, when they either have this aha pivotal moment of, I need help, or a family member says, we need to get you into recovery. Oftentimes we think recovery is inpatient. You, like in the movies, you check yourself in and it all happens there. This is a different take on it. This is a day program, and then you're going home on day one. What does that look like? And how does that support a patient who's just making this initial transition?
Well, you know, it's funny because I'm going to share about myself. I've been in recovery 13 and a half years, and I was able to do it outpatient, and I did it in the rooms, and it's a 12-step fellowship. And today, when I work with a newcomer that's going home, what we do is we connect them with support systems that are 24 hours a day. Okay, we become a part of their support system. We create a safe place for them to come to, either individually, we link them to support systems that are 24 hours a day. So you don't ever have to feel that you're alone and that you have to pick up a drink, a drug, or a resentment, like we say. You know, anything, it could be food. You know, some of our patients decorate their jail cells, like I say, and we go from, you know, something like a drink, a drug, to food, you know, or sex or shopping or gambling. We decorate, you know, we can find something else, because really when I talk about let's uncover, discover, and recover from the underlying causes and conditions, we need to look at those underlying causes and conditions. What's really going on? Where is this coming from when this self-sabotage comes in, and all of because it's a way of hurting myself when it comes to the point where I don't know how to stop, or I have an allergy against it. I don't realize that I can't ever do it safely. You know, it's really something else. It's an underlying.
Tell us the benefits of Eye Attack, of your program, versus an inpatient, or versus some of these other agencies and recovery places, because Delray has so many inpatients. Tell me the benefit of Eye Attack for people that are listening. Why you?
We don't have a time frame for you. We don't give you a time frame to be in Eye Attack. You're not limited to 6 weeks. You know, you come to Eye Attack and you grow with us. We have patients that have been with us for years, and you know, even through the relapses, they know they can come back home. We don't shoot our wounded. And that's the most important thing, is to always know you have somebody who's willing to say, I'm here for you, no matter what. So that's the difference with Eye Attack. We become a family. We do work with insurance companies, Medicaid, Medicare, major insurance. And we also we have a partnership. I'm going to be bringing this company in to be interviewed, and they're going to become a sponsor. And I appreciate the opportunities we're talking about, like creating a segment on mental health and substance use disorder. We have a partnership with Florida Medical Group, which we're having an event tomorrow. If anybody wants to come out, it's from 11 to 2. There's going to be a paella, or maybe you guys can come out. It's outdoors, all masks. You're in. I knew it. It's it's going to be at 3500 Hollywood Boulevard, and there's a big back parking area, so we're going to have it out there. DJ, I'll be singing, emceeing. So we partnered with Florida Medical Group. So why we did that? Now we can provide our patients with the medical component as well as the mental health and substance use disorder component. So you can, instead of having to feel like I'm not getting supported by my primary doctor, my mental health doctor, the psychiatrist, we oversee your medical, make sure your primary doctor is taking care of you, provides all the referrals to the specialists. So it's a whole health program. It's mental, it's physical, emotional, spiritual, even financially. I did a group on budgeting yesterday. Just because you live on a fixed income doesn't mean you can't budget and see where your money's going, or if you want to work part-time. You know?
And you work with all ages, Ebony?
We work with adults. I do have a village that works with youth and adolescents, the Recovery Village. I do have another community organization that works with the youth, with adolescents. We primarily deal with 18 and over.
Because right now what we're seeing, we talk about this all the time on our show. Even before this pandemic, our youth was in a tough place with the cyberbullying, with fitting in, with LGBTQ, all of these self-identity issues. Mental health was a huge component. Now it's at an all-time high. Everyone is struggling with something, whether it's body shaming or COVID or inability to socialize or feeling lonely or I don't have a job. I mean, you name it, mental health has gone through the roof on mental health awareness for everyone. So you will work with everyone.
Yes, what it is that I've become like a resource agent. Before I worked at South Florida Wellness Network, it's a peer-based run agency. We have Youth Movement, which is nationwide, which is for youth. For teenagers, all the way to 30 is considered a teen, okay? They can be in youth. Then we have Federation of Families, which is for the family members that have, children or grandchildren that have mental health and or substance use disorder. Besides Al-Anon, which is for families, we have Federation of Families, which is also nationwide. There's so many resources that, I'm hoping that we can give to the community and, as we continue to grow and work together, that we're not aware of. There's peer-to-peer for seniors, senior citizens. There's a touch line, which I would connect my seniors with, that touch base with them 2 and 3 times a week, because our seniors are the forgotten people. We cater to our seniors. We have people coming from ALFs. We place an ALF too, by the way.
You bring up so many questions and I want to touch on. The first one is families. People can't go through this alone. They have families. Do you have family support group interventions or meetings?
What we do is we will link them to Federation of Families, which is in it's a part of South Florida Wellness Network, which is a peer-based run agency. And I work really well with the director. I know her for a very long time. We do have SAMHSA is also big on providing services to the family. So in the book, The Connections, which is you can download the book. It's open, and available to everyone in the community. It has a list of all the agencies available in Broward County. It's also the same information 211 is going to give you. But I can link people directly to someone they're going to talk to, and that will give them the services and the time they deserve. A lot of times we get the runaround when we call these agencies. We need direct services to our communities when people are having a crisis. So one of the things that you learn in the South Florida Wellness Network, it's a free workshop. It's called WRAP. It's a Wellness Recovery Action Plan. Now, the idea of a WRAP plan, which I have one, I had to train. I'm a certified peer specialist with the Florida Certification Board. We had to train on having a plan of action, and if in the event there's a trauma that happens in our life, who are the 5 people you want us to contact? Who are the people you don't want us to contact? What are the steps you want us to take? And if all of us had a WRAP plan in place, could you imagine how different our society would be when we have a trauma, a crisis, something's happening that we don't know how to respond to? We have a support system in place. So that's one of the things that, I definitely support and promote. They're free workshops, Dawn, if anyone wants that information, they can give me a call. I'd be more than happy to link them and send a referral, to refer them to South Florida Wellness Network. It's a free workshop. They're a nonprofit agency.
I want to give out the radio station number while we're live right now. If anyone has any questions, 888-565-1470. Freddie, what's the number? Thank you. 888-565-1470. It's like you're reading my mind. And for people who want to look at your website, Ebony.
Well, I was going to give out that number to someone to call in. What's that number? 888-565?
565-1470. And the website, if anyone is looking for eye attack, it's IATAC treatment.org.
IATAC treatment.org. And our phone number is 954-999-0818. I'll be the one that answers that phone and retrieves the messages.
And let me ask you about seniors and COVID precautions. Do you have virtual programs, virtual support groups?
We do have virtual support groups that we can link. Like we do a lot of virtual support groups for NA and AA. OA is doing virtual support groups. What we try to do is we do test our patients. We do vaccinate our patients. We are in affiliation with Testing Matters Labs. So we have our own in-house labs, our own in-house nurses, our own in-house doctors, therapists, psychiatrists. We practice COVID safety every day with sanitizing, masks, temperature checking. I mean, we test our patients all the time. We want them to
That's so
feel
much
safe. I
pressure.
mean, yeah, it's really important for us to stay in a safe environment. We do a lot of sanitizing in our facility. You know, it's so important that our patients, you know, especially when you have, you know, mental health, and some of our patients that are new come in with untreated mental health. So, you know, we do our best. You know, I've had patients that I've worked with for 3 years, and they come and they go, and I can't get them into a system because it's just so unstable. But for the ones that are with us, we do provide a stable setting and a safe setting.
What are you finding right now were some of the hot topics, the hot buttons that you're seeing for patients coming in?
I think the biggest concern is housing. I mean, with mental health, there's very limited housing. That's why we started our community housing called Safe Haven. And it's a communal housing. We provide breakfast and dinner there, and then they have lunch with us. And then they eat, you know, on the weekends at the house. We are getting speakers to come to the house. We take our patients out to safe meetings. We do provide virtual meetings as well. You know, we are aware of the COVID spreading, so we stay on top of, you know, the safety that's required. The housing for sober housing, we have a lot of halfway houses, sober houses, but the problem is they're not cheap anymore. They're $195 a week, $180 a week. A lot of them require a deposit. When our patients live on no income or fixed income, it's impossible for them to get on their feet. So we do have some patients that are scholarshipped. That means that they live with us for free. And we still provide them with food, clothing, mental health. We get them their medications. You know, what's
Now-
happening in our society is that
Now,
people don't have where to go.
Ebony, we're coming to the end of the show. I want to give out your phone number so people can call you
Okay.
direct and have a consultation. It's important.
Okay.
You'll get a pencil or paper, somebody, and take this number down, because even though this show ends, she doesn't stop working. So let's give out that number.
That's right. 954-999-0818. My name is Ebony Diaz. I'm the Community Organization Outreach Coordinator for IATAC, International Association Treatment and Addiction Counselors. We're here to help you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for reaching out, for listening to us on Brooklyn Cafe Show After Hours and Tell Us Your Biz. We are on 95.3 FM, 96.9 FM, 1470 AM WWNN, and all over your iHeartRadio app. If you have any questions, you can always call into the radio station and we will get the information to Ebony or to us at the cafe. The number is 888-565-1470. You can check out the iatactreatment.org website. It's IATAC treatment.org. So many incredible resources. Ebony, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
More to come. I
Thank
love
you
your
for
hope
having me.
background. Stay safe.
Yeah, I love
and
your
we'll
whole
see you
background.
soon. Thank you so much.
Stay safe. Thank you
Freddie,
so much,
as
Freddie. Nice
always.
to see you, Dawn.
You as well. Freddie, as always,
Don't be
it's
late.
fun to do 3 shows a day.
Yes. Goodbye.
Yeah. Bye. Good
Have a
night,
great
folks.
night.
This has been Tell Us Your Business, where a special guest comes on every week and tells us what they do. All shows can be seen on amp2.tv, and if you wish to be a guest, call 866-224-5422 and tell us about your business. That's 866-224-5422. This has been an amp2.tv production.